Hello, my reflection. It's Camden Fells. I really want to thank you all for the great feedback you've been giving me on these videos that I'm doing, this series of videos that really the purpose of it is for you all to have a better understanding and of who I am as a person, and to give us an opportunity to build some rapport with one another. And even comment below if there's any characteristics that I've thrown out there about my journey that resonates with you. Let me know if there's something there that we've got something in common about, because that's really the purpose of these videos, is to build connection, to build rapport, and to develop this symbiotic relationship between myself and my reflection. So it's a very fun exercise that doing this, and I've received some really constructive feedback around my personality video, and a person observed that I was not necessarily using the word personality in its traditional sense. And I just thought that that was a great observation, and by circling back on this idea of the personality will give, I feel, you all a great opportunity to learn who I am more in terms of transforming myself, and how I've been able to start this process of remembering myself. Okay, so maybe this analogy will help you, and bear with me as I feel through this, because I want this to connect with you at the deepest level. Let's say that you purchased a home, and the home was 10 years old, and you fell in love with this home, and you walked in and you said, you know what, I'm gonna renovate this home, and on this main level I'm gonna put in a marble floor, and we're gonna drop in a nice marble fireplace on this thing. Well, if you were gonna do that, before you drop that marble floor on that main level, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down in the basement, and you're gonna go up under that floor that you're gonna renovate with that new material, with that you're gonna transform that level of the house. And you're gonna look up at those floor joists and ascertain as to whether that foundation can support the new transformation for that main level, that main floor level. So what I just described to you is called understanding. You have to stand up under the foundation of what you know to analyze whether or not it supports the new transformation that you're wanting to lay on top of it. And through this process, I learned that there were many portions of my foundation that did not support this new transformation. And so what I had to do is I had to go in and reinforce, and I had to remove and reattach some things to be able to build a foundation that will support this beautiful new main living space. If that makes sense. Keeping it simple. We're just going to keep it simple here, okay? So understanding is what we're talking about here. We're standing under our foundation to see where it needs to be strengthened, and or if we already have enough there to be able to support the transformative experience that we're having right now. So if we look at the word personality, if we go to the Webster's Dictionary, which is, you know, a source that many people in the world use to derive definitions from words, what the Webster's Dictionary says that personality is, it says the qualities, as in the moods or habits, that make one human being different from another. So Sally is a very compassionate person, or Don is a very generous person. So that's the general definition of personality as we know it today. But if we look up under there, and I started to ask myself, is this what words have always meant? Well, not necessarily. If we go to the etymology of the word personality, the etymology is meant to describe the original meaning of the word and how it came into being. So when this word first sonically hit our ears, this was the original notion of that word. So if we look at personality, the word personality comes from the Latin word persona. And in the ancient world, a persona was a mask worn by an actor. So now we're talking about a character, a mask, a veil. So the reason why that's helpful is that if we are identifying with our personality as our person, that this is this personality, these emotions that we are emitting on a moment by moment basis is our personality. Well, for me, it made me feel as if I was out of control, that I was being very reactive. If the world showed me one thing, then I would send out an emotion to match what the world showed me. But with this new understanding that the personality is a mask, it's a character, it's a veil, it's a happening, you begin to create some space where you can see that you are indeed the witness of those happenings. See, you are everything that's unchanging. Your real identity is that which is never changing. It is the source of consciousness. It is the source of everything. That's why we're connected to everything. That's why these videos are working, because we are the same. We are one. There is no separation. But when we get away from that definition of who we are, we begin to experience separation. We begin to experience these emotions as who we are as entities on the earth, when really we are that which is the witness of those happenings. So if you're the witness of those happenings, you're able to now control and choose how you will respond to certain situations. So from that point of view, the idea of personality as we know it today really is not supported, because I'm not the mood or the habit. I choose the mood or the habit. I am who I am. I am that which is one with everything. I am pure loving consciousness. And from that pure loving consciousness space, you can see where those blockages are that are keeping you from your true identity. Because if there was ever a time, I used to have times where I would get frustrated. I'd be in traffic and be, getting impatient, or, I would be short with people. Those happenings that were happening, that were bringing this response that I was having in the world before I became conscious, those are called blockages. Anytime that something like that happens where you start to deviate from who you truly are, which is loving awareness, that is a cue where healing needs to take place. So in this new definition of persona, this character, this mask, this veil, you can start to see how you can choose the persona that you are in any given moment. Because you are 100% the creator of your reality. So I hope that provides some insight into my definition of persona and the etymology of persona. Comment below if you've ever looked into etymology. Just as an exercise, just go and observe what you would say your top 3 emotional characteristics are, and then go and look at go and find in the etymology of what you're saying you are. Go see what the original meaning was of that, and then comment below and see if there's any realizations that happens there. But again, in order to really facilitate this transformation, we have to look at our foundation. We have to look at everything that we were taught, that we observed on television, in our neighborhoods, in our schools, in our churches, in our society. And we have to now go in and say, is this true now? Because if it continues to be true for you, you will continue to have the exact same life that you've been living. If you look at your life, you'll be able to see that there are many themes that continue to play out in your life. If those are pleasing to you, then beautiful and good for you. But for me, there were some things in my life that were not pleasing to me, and they did not begin to change until I started to look at the very foundation of who I thought I was, for it to reveal who I really am. I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for your questions, and keep them coming. It's questions like this that prompt that transformation, and it gives us critical awareness into ourselves, and that's where things start to change. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Camden Fells, and I look forward to making the next video. Thank you very much.